Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I sketch in Procreate. I'll start by tools, layers, general guidance, extra personal tips, then I'll start sketching step by step. So let's start. First, I use iPad Pro and Apple Pencil for drawing. I highly recommend using a screen protector for your iPad, which you can find on Amazon. An iPad case can be very useful for protecting your iPad, making it easier to hold, position for drawing, or even use for watching content. Personally, I don't prefer using an Apple Pencil case because I tried one and it got damaged easily when I was removing it. I start by creating a new canvas by tapping on the plus button. I set my canvas to a large size, usually 3240 x 3240 pixels, and set the DPI to 300. I highly recommend drawing on a large canvas to avoid pixelated images. For a better canvas, choose 𝚁𝚊𝚌𝚑𝚎 for prints, or choose the RGB color profile for digital artwork. Finally, you can change the background color from the canvas properties, but I prefer to keep it white. For sketching, I use the dry ink brush from the inking brush set. You can check out my previous tutorial on my favorite Procreate brushes to find out which ones to use for coloring, sketching, and shading. I adjust the brush size and I lower the opacity before I start sketching. I prefer using gray for sketching and line art. In Procreate, each layer functions like a separate sheet of paper. When you draw on one layer and then create a new one, it's like starting fresh on a new sheet while keeping the previous ones intact underneath or above. To rename a layer, simply tap on it and select Rename from the options. To change the layer's blending mode, tap in and select the desired mode. For lighting, I use Add or Overlay, and for shading, I prefer Multiply. A clipping mask in Procreate confines the visibility of one layer to the content of the layer beneath it, allowing you to apply effects or details without affecting the surrounding areas. I use this for shading and lighting the characters. Alpha Lock locks transparency, letting you paint only on the existing content of the layer. I recommend enabling Quick Menu for easier workflow. Tap the wrench, go to Gesture Controls, select Quick Menu, and choose how to activate it either by tapping with your fingers or using the pen. Now I'll start outlining. I already have the sketch on a separate layer, and for the line art, I'll use the dry ink brush with a gray color. Once I'm done with the sketch, I create a new layer underneath and start coloring. I make sure to color each detail on a separate layer, like the skin on one layer and the hair on another. This way, it's easier to edit or delete specific elements without affecting the rest. Add lighting and shadows using a combination of clipping masks and alpha lock, adjusting the layer's blending mode based on whether I'm adding light or shadow. Once I'm done, I hide the background and use a 4-finger tap to copy and paste the sketch onto a new layer. This gives me a clean sketch without the background for final edits on the character. I add extra lighting and shading for the sketch. I use the selection tool to add texture and edit specific areas. For more details, check out my previous tutorial with 80 Procreate tips. Once I'm done, I export my work and save it as a PNG. And that's it. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions or recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my previous videos on Procreate brushes and tips for more insights. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.